Glendale, Arizona's Michael McDowell, driving for Phil Parsons and Randy Humphreys, will pull the 66 to the garage. That's what put us under this caution flag that will set up a green-white checker shootout to finish off this Gatorade Duel. And when they line up double file for the restart, nobody has the same partner they had when we went to caution. That'll shake things up quite a bit.
You know, Mike, as I watched that pass over there off of turn 2, I got to thinking real quick, maybe Matt Kenseth didn't see the Montoya car coming. Maybe because Harvick was right up behind him, he couldn't see him, and he eased up a little bit and opened the bottom, and here they came. Let's maybe listen in and see if they can tell us.
Hard to see there, Mike, but it's the best you can do there when they get their momentum, you know, because you got to spot the 29 just like it's me, just like we're locked together, you know. So, and you lose your run so fast, you know. Once he was stuck out there, I needed to make that block quicker, you know, to get in front of him there. So, I mean, it was only a split second before I knew. I'm just telling you, so you know.
That's really interesting, Darrell, because he's telling his spotter, you can't spot just for me. You've got a spot for the pair of us together.
Exactly. And after I looked at that one time, I said, he must have not known they were coming up the inside. They'd been looking outside. All of a sudden, they opened that bottom up just that teeny bit, and here they came.
All right, a big change in the race for the transfer spot. J.J. Yaley gets the free pass on this caution. That moves him back onto the lead lap. And he will restart back there with Kevin Conway and Joe Nemechek, who along with Bill Elliott are trying to race their way into the 500. McDowell's in the garage. Blaney's still on track, but he is a lap down. So here's Yaley, whose only chance to make the race is to race his way in today. His speed will not be good enough to fall back on to get a place in the 500 field. Well, go ahead, Jeff.
What I'm hearing right now, listen to some of these teams and the way they're trying to communicate. Look for these guys once again. They're all looking for a new dance partner, but I'm already hearing some deals being made between the 17 of Matt Kenseth and Kevin Harvick for these guys, once they drop the green flag, to try to allow Kevin to get across the nose of the 17 and get rehooked back up. They love running together, and they feel like that's possibly a winning combination for both of them, and they'll settle it coming to the checker flag.
Thanks, Jeff. Darrell, if you're Casey Kane, well, looks like he's made his choice for the outside, so he will choose Regan Smith as a drafting partner on that outside line.
And that's because they've been working together for quite some time here, and they actually, you know they can run well together. I think that Kurt Busch, again, on the inside there behind Montoya, it's going to be a tough combination to beat.
All right, more strategy. Steve.
Well, Mike, here's what we're hearing on the radio. Expect Casey Kane in the 4 and Juan Pablo Montoya in the 42 to hook up. But I will say we are hearing a lot of indecision here between spotters and drivers. But right now, solid game plan, the 4 and the 42 hooking up.
And this is just the first of 2 races today. Tomorrow, the world's toughest trucks hit the high banks for their season opener on the new track surface. Once the green flag drops, watch for 3 wide and full throttle action with the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series from Daytona tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Speed.
Mike, I just don't believe you got time to swap, from inside to outside. I believe the best bet you got here is the 4 car of Kane and the 78 of Regan Smith. They got to work together. If they're gonna win this race, they're gonna have to push each other. Don't look for somebody different. We're only gonna have 2 laps.
I think I was just sitting here thinking the same thing. You try to start hunting a partner that's worked with you well earlier in the race. 2 laps is going to go by in a hurry. It's only 5 miles.
J.J. Yaley's only hope might be to tack on to Brian Vickers, because you know that Conway and Nemechek will work together to get both of those cars in the race. It's all going to play out here in the next 2 laps as we go green-white checker to settle the first of the Gatorade Duel.
Just wonder about 05 time back there. He's not been making a lot of noise. He's been given a second chance here. Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car.
Next 7.
Look there, you know what he's doing? He just swapped his radio over there to, he must have been talking to one of his teammates. But I really believe the restart here, if the 4 and the 78 get a good start, 78 doesn't.
4 does.
And there goes the 4 right down in front of the 42.
Well, he goes down, picks up Montoya, while Busch and Smith are together again.
Yeah, Regan just got a terrible restart there, and that hurt his chances of hooking up with the 4 car.
So maybe everybody got their drafting partners back, including Harvick and Kenseth.
Maybe it's better this way.
We're about to find out.
We will.
Jimmy is a lonely man, and this is why.
How about those 2 teammates there? Mark Martin in the 5, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. They're back in the picture here. If
I was Ryan Newman, though, and I looked in my mirror and I saw Tony Stewart, I said, man, that's the way we started. I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
Kurt Busch and Regan Smith, they've been the most potent of the drafting duos in this race, and they'll face the white flag this time.
I think what people are learning right here, right now, is that Regan Smith is a good guy to get hooked up with.
And Darrell, I don't think they have a choice but to stay like that till we get well off turn 4. I don't think they can start mixing it up too early.
Dinger through the middle. Allmendinger coming with Menard. Threads the needle, looking for 3rd place.
You look at Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart, but they have nowhere to go. They had a head of steam and to back off.
Transfer spot, Elliott and Yaley ahead of Nemechek and Conway now.
What will Regan Smith do in that 78 car come to the tri-oval?
I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to push, push, push.
Well, he's got enough room to look out and try to win it, but he's steaming along. It's going to be Kurt Busch.
Whoa, he looked, but he couldn't do it.
Oh!
You got it, baby.
He gave it a gallant effort.
He did. I was really surprised he even took a look, but yay to him.
Kurt Busch is 2 for 2. And racing their way into the 500 is J.J. Yaley from Phoenix, Arizona. He had 1 shot to make the race, and he made the most of it. He and Bill Elliott will transfer in.
Got the free pass on that last caution. They came to pit road. I think they made an adjustment on the race car, and he's going to race at Daytona 500.
Now, that also means that Elliott will not have to fall back on his qualifying speed. That will put Michael Waltrip into a guaranteed spot.
Good for him.
Based on his qualifying speed. What a move for Yaley. Got the free pass, found himself a partner, and he'll be in the Great American Race on Sunday as Kurt Busch will go to victory lane for the 2nd time this week. The run to the checkered flag, where Regan Smith pushes Kurt Busch all the way to the exit of turn 4 and then steaming along. Tries the right, tries the left, pulls out and gets a hard-fought, hard-won 2nd place. Kurt Busch, the winner. And the other big winner is J.J. Yaley. As Yaley working along there with the 36 of Dave Blaney, though Blaney was a lap down. J.J. Yaley is going to be in the Daytona 500. Down to victory lane, Steve Burns.
And Kurt Busch has just taken off the seatbelts, and tell you what, this race team is really making a statement. A win in the Budweiser shootout, and then the Gatorade Duel. Kurt, you guys are really putting it on the field here. How much confidence do you have after this win looking towards Sunday?
Well, this is just an incredible speed week, so I just don't want it to end. I want to make sure we keep doing everything right, and it's just amazing to be able to do this in the double deuce right now. With Shell Pennzoil and our Dodge, to find the right drafting partners out there to make different things happen, you're learning every lap. There's always something to absorb and something to check out. So I just got to thank everybody that's part of this program, all of our associate sponsors. Coca-Cola, they came on board. This is sweet. Got guys like AAA, Lennox, Snap-on Tools, Discount Tire, a bunch of guys. But Sprint, thanks for having us for us here.
Kurt, biggest lesson learned today?
It's amazing what partnerships can do out on the racetrack. And when 2 guys can think the same way without saying a word, things are going to happen for those 2 guys. So Regan Smith, thanks to him, Keselowski, my teammate, all the stuff we tested and testing during December and January, it's coming to fruit. So thanks a lot, and Tag Heuer, sunny day out today. This is great. Love it. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, Kurt.
Appreciate it.
Chris Devoda.
The sun is shining on Kurt Busch today. Let's take a look at the Gatorade G Series results from dual race number 1. And Jeff, he mentioned his normal partner, Brad Keselowski, not in this field. Regan Smith was his partner today.
This guy can work with anybody, and Regan Smith right now was an excellent, partner for him, and they worked together all day long. It was just incredible.
And obviously a lot of these guys learning things, partnering up for Sunday's Daytona 500. The other winners in this race, they didn't go to victory lane, but Bill Elliott, we knew he was locked in. J.J. Yaley will race in the Daytona 500.